Good evening. Do you all remember those little toy kaleidoscopes you used to get as a child? It's not much of a toy, and before you put it to your face, everything around you seems pretty normal. But as soon as you raise it to your eye, everything around you changes. The shifts in color, shape, depth, it kind of resembles sort of a chaotic abstract painting. But what's most interesting about the kaleidoscope is that one small toy changed your entire perception. See, perception is a funny thing in life. One small event or detail can change the way you see things forever, for better or for worse. And the chances of that happening increase astronomically when you're a young child. But unfortunately for me, my initial perspective on life was kind of blurry. There was a lot of anger going on in my home, and I didn't quite know how to understand it. And this left 2-year-old me shaking under that kitchen table, alone and afraid. And 6-year-old me shoved into closet doors if I even expressed the slightest bit of defiance. With all this going on in my life, I didn't know what to do and how to cope, and that same cycle continued for years down the line. My family moved a total of 6 times in a 7-year span. My parents had a divorce due to religious differences, and when all of that finally seemed to be over, here came the pandemic. In the summer of 2020, I was offered the opportunity to be a junior staff as part of the Into the Future program at my Boys and Girls Club. Initially, I wasn't so sure about it. See, back then, I was very recluse and introverted. It was almost as if I didn't even have a kaleidoscope. Everything was dark, and I wasn't interested. But despite not being so sure, I took the opportunity anyway. Through the program at the Boys and Girls Club, I learned many skills that are essential in the workforce and in life, and I grew bonds with my staff at the club. And I saw everything was going pretty well until I found out my father was in the hospital with COVID. Initially, I was shocked. Imagine everything being dark and gloomy to going to a bright and alarming red. Luckily, the staff at my club was there to help me through this process. But the day I found out my father passed, my whole world shattered. I could barely breathe, and it took so much energy for me to even form a sentence. I fell into a deep depression for months after. Everything was dark and full of despair. But little did I know that the bonds that I made with my staff at the club would be there to change my life again once forever. My mentor, Ms. Rashida, showed me how to take my pain and losses and use those to grow, learn, and achieve more than I ever have. I competed in the Youth of the Year program last year, just 2 months after my father passed, and I made it to the county level. But this year, I hope to make it as far as nationals. With my newfound drive and conviction, my aim as Youth of the Year is to change the perception of the youth, to show them that you can do whatever you put your mind to, no matter how hard times are or if you feel you're not good enough. I have come far, and I'm using my newfound drive to help myself and others to achieve their true potential. Thank you.